Hi friends, welcome back to my channel. Today's video, I want to create an entire face of makeup using black owned brands. So I didn't have to go out and buy anything. I owned all of these things. The only product I didn't own was for my brows. And I went ahead and I just used my NYX, I think it's called Powder Louder or something like that, pencil, and my e.l.f. brow wax. So I did use this Osé Ocean Eyes serum under my eyes this morning. This is the one I've received in the FabFitFun, and my eyes feel very hydrated, so I like it so far. I think they feel really nice. I did bring my little Cora Organics oil, under eye oil, just in case when I put my concealer on if it looks too cakey or dry. So for my primer, I'm going to use the DANESSSA MYRICS. This is the Yummy Skin Balm Powder, and you can use this as, they have it in different shades, and you can use it as a primer, you can use it as a powder, you can use it as an all-over foundation. So it's kind of like a balm that turns into a powder. I like to use it as a primer. It doesn't work for me as a powder or a foundation, but as a powder, as a primer, it does a pretty good job. So I'm going to put a little bit of it, basically mainly where I have my enlarged pores, but just kind of mixing it everywhere else too. And this is in the shade Natural, which means it doesn't have a shade. But it's really nice. Some people do enjoy it as a foundation. I do have one that has some color to it, but I don't know, I could never get it to work for me as a foundation. So I'm going to use the Fenty Beauty, the Soft Lit. And this is in the shade 210. I can't remember if this is a little too light. This actually has not been, I think it's fine. This actually has not been in my collection very long. I got it during the holidays. It was on a deep discount at Sephora, and I went ahead and purchased it, and I like it. I think it's a really pretty foundation. So guys, I think it's so funny. The video, a couple of videos ago, I posted my FabFitFun unboxing video, and some people were very upset with me because I was negative. Okay, to begin with, if you've been with me for a while, you know that sarcasm is my superpower. You know, it is what it is. That's my personality. If I don't like something, I'm going to tell you. I try not to make my videos negative, but if I'm not happy with something, you're going to know about it. I'm not going to sit here and pretend that something is amazing when it's not. Now, the people that complain, of course, they're individuals that are not subscribed to my channel because I've never seen their handle before. And also my subscriber count didn't go up, so they didn't subscribe. So they just stopped by to watch the video and leave me a nice little comment. I don't engage. Oh, I just got some foundation on my brows. I normally just tell them, thank you for watching and have a great day. You know, go on your merry way. You know, if you don't like what I have to say, that's okay. Just move on. Some people just like to complain. So I'm going to put a little tiny bit more on the back of my hand and just pick it up with my brush and just put it where my spots are. This has a really good medium coverage, and I like it. It has a little bit of glow, but it doesn't look oily or too glowy on your face. Has a nice wear time. I've used it a couple of times, like right after I got it, and then I haven't used it again. But I do remember that it had nice coverage. So the concealer I'm going to use, I was going to use this one by Uoma. I may put a little bit, like mix it with both of them maybe, just to use the brand, because Uoma is also a black owned brand. But this concealer from Uoma is like heavy duty, full coverage, but I find it a little drying for me now. So I'm going to mix it with the Fenty Beauty Pro Filter. I'm going to mix them together and use that because my under eyes can't handle anything that heavy anymore. I did want to feature every brand that I own. So, you know, if you're looking for a full coverage concealer, that's definitely one of them. The Uoma is the nice one, but it's just, I just can't handle that anymore. I'm going to use it as my eye primer today because I didn't have a black owned eye primer, and that's okay. I figured this will do. I'm going to take a little bit of it and just put it over my darkest area here. But I like the Fenty one. The Fenty one's a really nice one. That foundation did a pretty good job of covering my broken capillaries too. They're not very visible right now. For powder, I'm going to use the Ami Clay. And this is such a good powder. This is very hydrating. I love the packaging. I wish every powder would come with a packaging like this, with a little lid that keeps all the product from making a humongous mess. I'm going to take a big fluffy brush. I'm going to grab some powder, but I'm going to go on the lid and distribute it on the brush and just go lightly. But this is very blurring. This is probably one of the most blurring powders that I have. And I'm not going to do a lot on my cheeks because I do have cream products for my face. But just a little bit. Let me just set my concealer here. For my bronzer, I'm going to use one from LYS. And this is in the shade Harmony, which is a medium bronzer. Okay, and then for blush, I'm going to be using the one from Pat McGrath, and this is in the shade Jubilee. And again, this is a Yummy Skin, and it's like a cream to powder. So I'm going to be using the 106 brush from BK Beauty. And this brush is so good for cream products. It really, really is. It blends them so, so well. This blush formula is so good. And you can put it over powder anytime. And it doesn't pull your product up. It just looks really, really pretty. I do have several different shades in this. Rose and Brunch is very pretty also. They're very pigmented, so a little goes a long ways. Okay, I'm going to take my powder brush and just go over the entire thing, and we'll do highlighter after the eye look. So for my eyes, I decided to go with the Juvia's Place, and this is the Coffee Shop palette. This is so pretty. This came out maybe a couple of years ago or the beginning of last year, but this is a very beautiful neutral tone palette, very affordable. Juvia's Place has an amazing formula and it's very affordable. So I'm going to start with, I think I'm going to start with these two shades. I'm going to mix these two together, and then I'm going to go probably into this one right here and then a shimmer. So if I decide to use something different, I'll let you know, but for now I'm going to go into both of those, mix those two together. Yeah, but Juvia's Place, if you never tried it, and they go on sale a lot, both at the Juvia's Place website and at Ulta, but they are affordable as it is. And also they go on sale quite often. And you can also use coupons, like if you want to use your $3.50 coupon, or if you have a $10 coupon. But I will link everything below. But these are definitely really, really nice eyeshadows. Very pigmented, so a little goes a long ways. I'm going to take a little bit of this shade right here, this one right here, to try to blend the outer edge. I'm using the same brush. I like this palette because it's very neutral to me. Okay, now I'm going to go into the darker shade. I'm using the same brush. You hear a noise, there's like a truck or something across the street. I don't know if they're delivering something, but I hear them slamming doors. So just in case you hear that. When I take this huge fluffy brush and just blend really quick. Your big brushes do the job a lot quicker. This is actually a concealer brush from BK Beauty. This is a Nikki LaRose brush, but it works really well for blending really quick. It also works really well for if you want to use it for highlighter, if you want to use it for under eye powder. Okay, so now let's decide on which shimmer. Okay, I think I'm going to use this one closer to the outer edge, and then the light one like all over my lid. So I'm going to use my pinky, and I'm just going to use this out here. Okay, I'm going to take the brush that had the dark eyeshadow and blend. It's very creamy. And those are the kind of shimmers I like. The ones that feel like kind of creamy on your fingers. I think that they don't really create a lot of fallout. And they apply really nice. And they last all day. I'm going to take a little bit more of that brown that I used, the dark one. Just darken this out a little bit. Maybe I need a different brush. Let me see, let's take a smaller brush. I'm going to use this brush right here. This is from What's Up Beauty. And the What's Up Beauty are their natural hair brushes. Goat hair, I believe. And they're cruelty free. So they have a special, whoever they get their brushes from, they have a special way that they get the goat hair without hurting the animal. Okay, and now I'm going to use this one, the lighter shade on my inner corner. And I'm going to use the BK Beauty, this is the A505, the Angie Hot and Flashy. I want to take the small brush, this is the A504, and just blend this. Let me see if I can get a little more shimmer with my finger. The finger always does a better job. Going back to the first shade, the first shimmer shade. Okay, I'm going to take the smaller brush and go into that dark brown again and just go into the outer V right here. I'm taking the big brush, the bigger brush. I'm going to take this brush that I used the lighter shade with and go into the brown and just go on my lower lash line on the outer, like the outer third, 2/3. My concealer is creasing kind of bad right under my lash line. I'm going to go with a concealer brush and kind of smooth that out a little bit. Sometimes if you smooth it out once, you know, like when you first see it creasing, it will stay like that. For highlighter, I'm going to use this palette right here from Pat McGrath. And this is the Divine Blush and Glow Cheek Palette in Nude Venue. And this highlighter actually has like a little bit of, looks like it has like a little bit of shimmer, but it looks like it's like an overspray. Let me take that off. I'm going to use this one from BK Beauty. This is a 110. And I'm going to go lightly. Oh, this is so powdery. Look at that. Look at that. Wow. And I'm going to go lightly on my cheek. Did I knock it all out? I don't see any on my cheek. Okay, I see it now. I don't like anything that's like very blingy, or definitely nothing that's glittery. This is the brush that I use for my blush, so I'm just going to go over the edge. Oh, you can still see my dark circles. You can tell I'm tired. Okay, I'm going to use a small little brush to take a little bit of the highlighter and put it in my inner corner. Okay, and then I'm also going to wipe that brush, and I'm going to go into this light shade right here and go on my brow bone. I don't always use something on my brow bone. If I use my Sigma eye primer, it's like a bone shade, so I really don't need to put anything on my brow bone because it's already light. But like this one was, since it was a concealer, it was more like skin tone. Alright, so for my lashes, I'm going to use the Fenty Beauty mascara. And this is a really nice mascara. I like it. I cannot wear it on my lower lash line, but 99% of the mascaras, regular mascaras, I cannot wear on my lower lash line. It smudges. But this one doesn't flake. And it works perfect on my upper lashes. It's more of a watery mascara, but it really doesn't make a mess. Now watch me get it all over the place. Well, I just missed. I did that myself. Okay, let me do 2 coats and I'll be right back. I used a little bit of the e.l.f. lash extender on my lower lash line. Just a little bit. I don't like to make my lower lash line very heavy looking. And now for lips, we are going to use the About Face lip liner. And this is in the shade, this is a matte lip liner, and this is in the shade, I can't read it. I will list it here and link it below. And then the lipstick that I'm using is one from Fenty. And this is one of those that is a refillable lipstick. So I don't even know if I have the shade for it. I'll try to find it and link it below. I don't even know if this lipstick goes with the look. Really, when I picked it out, I thought it had a little more brown, but no, it's like very rosy, and so is the lip liner. So let's see what we can do. Okay, I'm gonna take a little bit of this shade right here, a blush shade, and I'm gonna try to work it in a little bit into my look. Just to bring a little bit of the rosiness. Can it fall out? Just a little bit. Just enough to tie everything together. Well, my lashes are getting stuck together because I guess they're not dry. So let's try to comb through them really quick. Because I should be happy that they didn't. I don't know exactly when this cut off, so I think you saw this. I use this lip liner from About Face, and I will link and put the name here, the shade here. The lipstick that I use is from Fenty, but it's one of those that is refillable, so it doesn't have, the cartridge doesn't have the shade, which I think is a terrible idea. This should have the shade. It should have like a little sticker or something on here letting you know what the shade of this lipstick is. You know, how silly is that? Anyways, it's, as you can see, has a lot of pink in it, or fuchsia or whatever. So I added a little bit of this blush right here to my eyes, to the outer V, just to bring all the look together. Then I'm going to take a little bit of this one right here. I'm going to mix these two. Just a tiny bit, just to bring a little bit of pinkiness to my cheeks, to tie the whole look together. Because like my cheeks and my eyes were like in the brown tone. My lipstick has more fuchsia in it, so I just want to tie everything together. When I picked the lipstick, I really thought I was getting something that matched, but what can I say? Alright, so this is the completed look. I don't have a setting spray from a black owned brand, but I don't always use setting sprays, to tell you the truth. I do sometimes and I don't sometimes. This is the packaging for the Fenty, and you can just get refills for it. It's really nice, but I wish it had the shade. I'll try to find the shade that I'm wearing, but I'm not sure if I'll be able to do that, but I should be able to find something similar. So anyway, this is the completed look. Again, I used the Juvia's Place eyeshadow palette. I used the Pat McGrath face palette. Has a nice mirror, but this has 4 beautiful blushes. This has shimmer in it, and it's kind of iridescent. That is the highlighter. And then over here you have the lip liner and the lipstick. So the highlighter is not anything that I'm crazy about, but the rest of it is nice. The LYS bronzer, which is really nice. I also like the cream bronzer, but I don't know, for some reason I thought that was a cream one. The Fenty Beauty concealer, that right now looks okay. I don't know if it's gonna look dry on my face. It was, and it still is, settling into my line right down here, but that's just part of the course. We have lines, concealer's gonna settle, so it's okay. These blushes are beautiful from DANESSSA MYRICS. They're really, really nice. Don't do that, Clara. No, that's annoying. Okay, the Fenty Beauty mascara. This is a really nice mascara. It gives you nice volume and length. The Yummy Skin Primer is really nice. It does help blur your pores. And this powder is a really amazing one. It's not too expensive. I will link everything below, but this is a really nice powder. And I think that's it. I didn't need to use this, my Cora. And so far, I think this is keeping my under eyes very hydrated, because I put this on like 45 minutes ago. Really like this foundation. I've used it before, and it is a good one. And if you can find it on sale and you're looking for a nice hydrating medium coverage foundation, my skin, I'm 69, my skin type is normal, a little oily in the T-zone, especially when it's hot, which is 90% of the time here in Florida. And I do have a lot of hyperpigmentation, which this doesn't cover 100%, but unless it's a full coverage foundation, it's not going to, but you can work with it. So it does a pretty good job of covering as much as I'm okay. I'm okay with my skin showing. All right, you guys, I hope that you enjoyed this video. Thank you so, so much for spending some time with me. I love you, and I hope that you enjoy the rest of your day. Bye, guys. Mwah.